play with that, or are you gonna eat it?
I'm not playing, I'm spelling.
Well, then could you please eat worm and booger so that we can go?
Do you think that color is appropriate for court?
It's in, Ma. Besides, the robe is still black.
All done.
Good. Now go brush your teeth.
I can't wait till I'm older. No one tell me to brush my teeth, do my homework, clean up my room, go to bed, stop playing with my food.
What makes you think it's gonna be any different? Now brush! All right. So tonight's out because you're seeing Jared. See, that's a perfect example. How much do I know about Jared?
As much as I want you to know.
Okay. Well, how about your supervisor? You haven't talked about him?
I haven't met him yet.
We have lots to talk about. That's why we need to have dinner.
We will, but we don't need reservations. We live under the same roof. We can talk anytime.
It's not the same. Between my teaching at Yale and things at Lawrence School and our crazy work schedules, I feel like we're just sharing space.
Well, maybe that's a good thing. Keeps us from having words.
We don't have words. We just disagree sometimes. Doesn't mean I love you any less or want to spend less time with you. I haven't had anyone to talk to about Greta dying.
How about lunch?
Lunch? Yeah, I could do lunch, actually. Today's a light day. As days go.
1 o'clock.
Sounds good.
Ready? Where are you going?
To change.
Kitchen.
After playing a video game and buying a cherry super slurp, Charlie Bloom left the convenience store, where a young man matching Taylor's description and wearing a Letterman jacket, according to Mr. Lee, the night manager, pushed Charlie, engaged him in a fight in which Taylor Bradford viciously stabbed him 7 times. The murder weapon was tossed into a dumpster here and found inside of a half-eaten cheeseburger.
Your Honor, there was no probable cause to issue this complaint for manslaughter. The defense respectfully reiterates its motion to dismiss the claim against my client.
Challenging sufficiency of evidence?
Yes, Your Honor.
Even though Ms. Roberts presented the weapon?
Taylor reported his knife stolen from his locker 2 days prior.
How convenient.
There were threats of violence.
Junior high bravado fueled by overactive teenage testosterone.
The store manager's ID.
Lots of students wear Letterman's jackets.
Motive.
Flimsy at best.
Charlie called Taylor and several members of the wrestling team faggots. That's inflammatory, especially to 14-year-olds.
Sticks and stones, Your Honor.
Well, even so, I find there was probable cause to issue this complaint, and I'm going to hold this case over for trial.
Taylor? Your Honor, I'd like a word with my client.
Let's take a 10-minute recess.
Donna? Donna!
Vincent, I thought you left for work.
No, I went for a run. What are you doing?
Steam cleaning the carpet. Also, sanitizing, deodorizing. After that, I thought I'd scotch guard the sofa. Dust the shelves. Wash the walls.
Aren't you gonna be late for work?
I'm not going.
Why not?
I'm taking a personal day. See, Judge Gray demands total focus and concentration in her courtroom, which is completely understandable. That's the way it should be. I just don't have it today. Total focus and concentration.
Why not?
Way too nervous. That's why I have to keep busy.
What are you nervous about?
Sorry.
What are you nervous about?
Oscar's attorneys, they filed a petition to have his murder conviction overturned. They're saying one of the prosecution's witnesses lied under oath. The judge is making his ruling today. Vincent. Oscar could get out of jail.
Wow.
There are 3 classifications of cases. Those that are urgent and important, those that are important but not urgent, and those that are urgent but not important. Now, if you will notice, as reflected in the Oliver Cadwell Productivity Report, the predicting... You must be Maxine Gray.
And since I know everyone else here, my guess is that you're Mr. Potter. Nice to meet you.
You're late. There's no time to review now. You're just going to have to borrow someone else's notes.
I wasn't aware we were having a meeting.
Didn't you get my email?
Apparently not.
That's odd. Email is supposedly 37% more efficient than memos.
I am often the statistical deviation.
Well, we're in the middle of our weekly staff meeting, if you'd care to join us.
The weekly staff meeting, well, that's a wonderful idea.
Anyway, as I was saying...
Yes, Your Honor.
Wait.
Now you introduce an alibi?
We've had trouble locating the alibi, Your Honor.
Why is that?
He's homeless, lives on the streets.
And this transient is going to provide your client with a solid alibi?
Yes. He provided my client with drugs.
Taylor.
I think I understand why you waited to disclose this information.
What's relevant, Your Honor, is that the dealer can pinpoint a specific time and place where Taylor purchased drugs. A time and place which would have made it impossible for him to have killed Charlie Bloom. Defense asks for the opportunity to depose this witness before you make your final ruling.
Well, as this witness's testimony may well be determinative, I may have to reopen evidence in this matter.
Day after tomorrow?
I'm going to extend this hearing until day after tomorrow. Mr. McGill, you'll have your witness present then?
Yes, Your Honor.
Good. Meanwhile, the defendant will remain in detention.
Maxine, I just received a phone call.
I'd like to apologize for this morning. I pride myself on my punctuality.
I'm glad to hear that. The average worker accomplishes 62% of the day's work by lunchtime, you know. Now,
Speaking of lunch, I haven't logged on to check my mail yet. So is there anything I need to know?
About lunch?
Are we having another meeting? Do we work through it? Are we allowed an hour? I have an appointment.
I'm not sure.
You're not sure I can have lunch?
I'm not sure you'll have time. That's what I've been trying to tell you. I just got a phone call from the hospital.
What is it?
Do you know Joseph Dutton?
Probably. Is that his file?
You placed him in 3 different foster homes. He apparently ran off before you were able to find a 4th.
No known father. The mother OD'd. He offered me a joint once. He was worried that I was stressed. Said it would help me chill. He was 7.
What did you do?
I told him no thank you. He'd be 16 now. Is he in the hospital?
He's going in for surgery. He listed you as his next of kin.
Okay, back on the record.
Before I can make my ruling on child support, Mr. Engel, I'm going to need a more detailed financial statement from your client. Now, if that proves to be a problem...
Excuse me, Your Honor.
Pardon me. Yes.
So I just spoke to Mr. McGill. He needs to see you. It's urgent.
Has he located the witness for Taylor's alibi?
Yes.
What's the urgent part?
The witness just been taken to the hospital. He's dying.
City council's seen the plans for this. It could get expensive, right? How do you see this impacting your budget for next year?
Vincent, I know you're really busy and I hate to bother you in working, but I need to ask your opinion on waste management.
Yeah,
Sorry.
this would be raw or treated.
Can I help you?
What has the reaction been so far?
You look very familiar.
Yeah?
Do I know you?
I seriously doubt it.
When will that be? Would that be at district headquarters? Right.
I've seen you somewhere.
You got me. I'm pretty boy actor Leonardo DiCaprio. I work here between pictures because I abhor the harsh glare of the celebrity spotlight.
You were very good in What's Eating Gilbert Grape. The beach pretty much sucked, though.
Well, thank you. It's refreshing to meet someone who isn't a fawning sycophant.
This would actually be used as a drinking water? What would that taste like? Really?
You're Lyle Cooper.
Not so loud. The Leonardo DiCaprio thing's really been working for me.
I love your work. I read you every morning.
Well, in that case, be as loud as you want, and I take back anything I said about fawning sycophants.
That column you wrote last month on spaying and neutering pets moved me profoundly. Put it up on the board where I work.
Thanks. I picked up the Genesis Award for that.
Cool.
So you're a friend of Vincent's?
We live together. Roommates. Totally platonic.
That's nice.
I'm sorry. This is wrong. I need to step outside.
Yeah, I got that right here. Hold on a second.
Mr. McGill, I understand you located your alibi witness.
Yes, his name is Joseph Dutton.
He's in the hospital?
That's correct.
What happened?
Mr. Dutton apparently collapsed and took a tumble down a fire escape. He was running from my investigator and 2 uniformed officers at the time.
What's his current condition?
Serious, I'm told.
Can you elaborate?
His heart stopped. He would have died if the officers at the scene hadn't performed CPR.
All right. So how do you want to proceed?
Mr. Dutton's presently in surgery. I'd like the court's permission to go to the hospital. Take a videotape deposition as soon as he's able to talk.
That's a most unusual request.
Well, these are extenuating circumstances. Given Mr. Dutton's condition, we may not get another chance.
Ms. Roberts, thoughts?
I think a deposition's unnecessary. The police are already at the hospital. We'll let them get a statement, and we'll proceed with the information they give us.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree.
Your Honor, you realize the impact this witness's testimony could have on my client's life?
Yeah, I do, but one life at a time. Let's see how Mr. Dutton's surgery goes. I'm sure none of us would like to do anything to unnecessarily compromise his recovery.
Judge Grace Chambers?
That's all. Keep me posted.
Thank you, Your Honor.
That's your mother.
My mother. Oh, lunch. Damn it. Hey, Ma. Yeah. I'm sorry. This day's getting crazy. I don't know if I can make it for lunch.
Well, that's a relief.
Ma.
No, I meant that I was calling to cancel myself. Now I don't have to feel so guilty.
We're not doing so good, are we?
We're doing fine. How does midnight look? Are you available for a snack?
Midnight is wide open.
Good. I'll meet you in the kitchen. You bring the ice cream and I'll provide the bowls.
It's a date. Goodbye, Ma.
Bye, honey.
Respiratory therapist to emergency room.
Ms. Gray?
That's right.
I'm Dr. Baker. The nurses tell me you're Joseph Dutton's guardian.
I'm with the Department of Children and Families. How is he?
Well, honestly, I'm not sure. When Joseph fell down the fire escape, he ruptured his spleen. There was enough damage that we thought it was best to remove it. It's a fairly routine procedure.
I sense a butt coming.
Joseph's heart stopped while he was on the table. That is not routine, especially with someone his age who appears to be in good health. So I'd like to run some tests, and I'll need your consent.
Oh, certainly.
Pardon me, I'm Detective Jessma. Could you tell me where I might find Joseph Dutton or one of his doctors?
I'm Joseph's doctor.
Well, that's great. Do you think I could talk to him for a minute?
I'm afraid Joseph is sleeping right now.
Is there a chance you could wake him?
Is this some kind of investigation?
Yes, ma'am. It really is very important.
Well, then I assume you have a summons or court order? No? Then I'm going to ask you very politely to please leave Joseph alone right now.
Ma'am, this is police business.
I don't care what it is. I'm with DCF, and I'm here to look out for him. He's just come through surgery, and he needs to rest. Now, please leave. Right here.
Judge Gray, I just got off the phone with the detectives at the hospital. They haven't been able to get a statement.
Is Mr. Dutton out of surgery?
Yes, but...
How's he doing?
The general sense is that he's circling the drain.
It hardly seems like the official diagnosis, Mr. McGill.
There were complications during surgery. His heart stopped again. That's the second time. I think it would be a big mistake if we waited to see if third time is the charm. Your Honor, please, I'm asking you again for authorization to videotape his testimony for the sake of my client.
Did the detectives explain why they couldn't get a statement? Is Mr. Dutton's doctor preventing it?
They didn't mention his doctor, just a very obstinate social worker.
A social worker? Why is a social worker involved with Mr. Dutton's case?
Because Mr. Dutton, apparently, is only 16 years old.
Hey, I was wondering where you went. You want to show me something? Paint chips?
I was, cleaning the walls of the apartment and, well, I kind of washed some of the paint off. I thought you might want to pick a new color.
Sure. Why not?
I met Lyle Cooper.
Yeah, I noticed.
He's very charismatic.
Cooper?
Funny.
Lyle Cooper? Did he say something to you?
No, why do you ask?
Well, I don't know. You left kind of abruptly. I just thought maybe...
I had to.
You had to?
My flesh is weak, Vincent. I was attracted to him. I was harboring impure thoughts, and I had to get away before I did something.
I really don't think that I need to know this.
Oh, don't go. I need to confess.
To me?
No, to Oscar. I can't do it by myself. I'm not strong enough. You have to come with me.
Go with you to tell Oscar that your flesh is weak? No, I don't think that.
And please, we can be there and back in a couple of hours.
Donna, nothing happened. I was right there. Why does Oscar even need to know about it?
We took vows. Our whole marriage is based on the precepts of open and honest communication. That means no secrets. We tell each other everything, the good and the bad.
You want my advice? Go home. What Oscar doesn't know can't hurt him.
I picked up those floppy disks you wanted. And when I'm done painting, I'm going to start organizing your computer files.
Wait, Donna. Hey, Donna. Hey, stay away from my computer.
An echocardiogram is basically an ultrasound that allows us to see the chambers of the heart.
And what does it tell you?
Joseph has cardiomyopathy. It's a heart muscle disorder. This is a normal heart. This is Joseph's heart. This excessive thickening of the muscle here is commonly referred to as an enlarged heart.
A big heart. And, will you need to operate again?
Not unless we can locate a donor heart.
A transplant? Is it that serious?
There is no cure. There's no treatment. I've put Joseph's name on a list for a transplant, but I'm afraid that given our time constraints...
What are our time constraints?
You need to understand that his heart has extensive damage. He's already arrested twice.
How long, Doctor?
A day, an hour. It's really almost impossible to pinpoint.
What can I do?
Let's make sure that he gets some rest, help him to avoid stress, pray for a donor.
Does Joseph know about this?
You're his guardian. He'll only know as much as you want him to.
Taylor, has it been explained to you that Joseph Dutton is in the hospital?
Yes.
And you also understand that he's very, very sick?
Mr. McGill said that he might die.
That's right. So I need to ask you something. Are you absolutely certain that you were with Joseph at the time when Charlie Bloom was stabbed to death?
Yes.
And Joseph can confirm this?
Yes.
All right. You may sit down. Well, under normal circumstances, I would be loath to do anything that might jeopardize Joseph Dutton's chance at a full recovery, but these are not normal circumstances. Given the precarious nature of Joseph's health and based on the defendant's offer of proof, I agree that we need to preserve his testimony.
Your Honor, the state respectfully requests the opportunity to cross-examine the witness.
Granted, we are reopening the evidentiary hearing in this matter. Mr. Van Exel, will you reschedule this afternoon's cases and call the public defender? We're going to go to the hospital.
We?
Yes, you, me, all of us. The witness can't come to court. The court will have to go to him. Let's go.
They asked me in the ambulance who I think they should call. Your name kind of popped up in my head. We're messing up your whole day, huh?
How are you feeling?
Oh, like someone's been jumping on me.
You've been through quite a lot. Do you remember what happened?
Oh, not really. One minute I'm on the fire escape, and then nothing. Everything went black. Why, did doctors tell you anything?
No. Just that they want to do more tests. You should sleep. I'll be right outside if you need me.
Mrs. Gray.
Yes?
Remember that rehab place? When you tried to get me into before I ran off last time?
I do.
Well, maybe we can try again when I get out of here. Get straight, you know. Turn things around before it's too late.
I think that's an excellent idea, Joseph. Excellent.
Judge Gray?
Yes.
Detective Jessmer, right this way. I'm afraid we still have a little bit of a situation.
Social worker?
She says the boy's off limits to anyone but his doctors.
Well, I will explain the situation to her.
And if she won't listen?
I'm the judge. She has to listen. We're going to need a room to get organized. Someplace where we won't get underfoot.
I'll see what's available.
All right. Well, where's this obstinate social worker I've heard so much about?
I guess that would be me.
Mom.
Tea?
I'm sorry I called you obstinate.
No, you're not. Why should you be? I am obstinate.
Is this why you canceled lunch?
Yes. You?
Yep.
You know, I wish you'd said something on the phone. I could have saved you the trouble of dragging everyone down here. I can't let you see Joseph. His condition is too fragile.
I know about his condition, Ma. And I wish this could wait. I do. I wish we could come back when Joseph was feeling better. But he's not going to get better. So that's why it's critical that we talk to him now, while we still can.
You realize you could kill him?
No. Don't try to suggest that I'm
It's
to
true.
blame.
Fill his room full of lawyers, wire questions at him, get him excited. His heart cannot take that kind of strain. It cannot.
Well, it's my job. I don't have a choice.
Of course you do. As long as I'm acting as Joseph's guardian, there's clearly a conflict of interest. Recuse yourself.
No.
Why not?
Because it takes time to find another judge. It takes time to familiarize them with the case. And that is time that we don't have, and you know it.
No, I don't know that. And neither do you, not for certain.
Why am I arguing with this? I can sign a subpoena, and you won't have a say in the matter.
For your information, you're not the only judge I know. You get a subpoena, I'll go over your head and have it quashed.
You can't be serious.
Try me.
That's it. I am through discussing this. We are going to talk to Joseph, and we are going to talk to Joseph now.
Amy, I forbid it.
It's not Amy. It's Judge Gray. Mr. Van Etzel, is everyone ready?
It's Mark Duggan. He's a public defender representing Joseph Dutton.
Judge Gray?
All right, listen up, everybody. Joseph Dutton is a very sick young man, so I will not tolerate any behavior that causes him undue stress. Is that understood? Good. Let's keep this as brief as possible. Make your questions count. This is not a hunting expedition.
Don't do this.
Ma'am, if you don't step aside, I'm going to have to arrest you for obstructing a court proceeding.
Mom, don't make me put you in jail.
Judge Gray, you have made it very clear that I can't make you do anything.
Let's go.
Donna, you don't need me here.
Yes, I do. I'm weak, and I need to know that there's someone here to support what I'm doing.
I don't support what you're doing. I think it's a mistake.
Oh, right. I forgot. Well, why don't you just sit back here then?
Hey, Buttercup. I didn't think you were coming today.
I wasn't. It's just... Well, we've always talked about being totally honest with one another, so I thought I should...
Is that Vincent?
Yeah. How'd you know?
His book. His picture was inside the cover.
Right. Listen, it's not a big deal or anything, but something happened today, and I need to talk to you about
Smaller
it.
than I thought. I liked his writing. His subject matter was a little jejune at times, but he compensated nicely with strong narratives and energetic prose.
You should tell him. I'm sure he would love to hear that. Well, except maybe the jejune part.
Really? You think?
Absolutely. Vincent, come here.
Oh, no.
Oscar has something he wants to tell you.
Hey, Oscar. How's it going? Donna said you something tell me? Are you okay? It's for you. I told you not to tell him.
I didn't. I never got the chance. Oscar! What is it? What's wrong? You can tell me.
My attorney's called. They said the judge... He told him we didn't have enough evidence to support our petition. I'm so sorry, Donna. I don't think I'm ever gonna get out of here.
Would you please state your name and age for the record?
Joseph Dutton. I'm 16.
Thank you, Joseph. I'm going to ask you a few questions, and then we'll leave you alone, okay? I'd like you to take a good look at this young man. Have you ever seen him before?
We're gonna need a verbal answer. Yes or no, that's all.
No.
He's lying.
Look again. I need to be sure.
I said no.
Joseph, this is very important. If you need more time...
Objection. Your Honor, the question's been asked and answered.
Sustained. Move along, Mr. McGill.
He's lying.
Joseph, have you ever sold drugs to anyone?
Nope.
Not even a little marijuana?
Your Honor, is this really necessary?
Do you have another line of questioning, Mr. McGill?
Come on, man. Help me out here.
Why should I? I don't even know you.
You're lying now. Tell him the truth!
That's it. Everybody out now. Hang on, Joseph.
Your Honor, the boy's plainly lying.
Detective Jesmer, are you aware of any other charges previously brought against Joseph Dutton?
We've arrested him before, Your Honor. For possession and for selling.
He's afraid of incriminating himself.
Why? Given his prognosis, he must know he's not going to get prosecuted.
Your Honor, we all know Joseph is dying. The question is, does he?
No, he doesn't. And I certainly have no intention of telling him.
But if he knew he's dying, he might want to do the right thing.
I wasn't aware it was your place to offer redemption, Counselor.
He'd be helping an innocent boy.
Provided he's innocent.
Innocent or guilty. I would like to know that my judgments are based upon the truth.
The truth is, we're all going to die. The blessing is we don't know when. That's what allows us to go on. To live. Make plans, look forward. And to hope. You're not just asking me to tell him he's dying. You're asking me to take away that hope. I won't. And you shouldn't expect me to. Not if you feel anything for him.
This robe doesn't allow me to feel. When I put it on, I'm expected to make judgments based only on the facts. And right now, the facts are that I have one young man who's accused of manslaughter and another one who may be withholding evidence that could help him. Joseph deserves all the hope he can find, but not at someone else's expense. Not when it's based on lies.
Everything looks good. Just like to see this tray clean when I get back.
What if you start with the chocolate pudding and see if that spoonful of sugar thing actually works?
I'm tired.
That is why you have to eat.
You don't give up, do you?
Not in my constitution.
Everyone else did, but not you. So what are you, like a saint or something?
Talk to my daughter. You're likely to get a second opinion.
Am I dying?
Why on earth would you ask a question like that? I realize you've been through quite an ordeal today, but it's not going to help to let your imagination run.
Why can't you look at me? Why can't anybody look at me? I asked the doctor how I'm doing. He says, fine, get some rest. I asked the nurse, she says, fine, get some rest. But no one looks at me. What are you so afraid I'm going to see, huh?
Joseph, you need to calm down.
Am I dying?
This is no time to speculate.
Just tell me, damn it! Look, this is my life, and I have a right to know. Please.
You have a heart muscle disorder. It's called cardiomyopathy.
Cardio. Okay. Okay, that's good. They have a name for it. Okay. They know what it is. So how do you fix it?
They can't. They're looking for a heart donor, and they're not sure if they... I'm sorry.
This is not fair. This is not fair. I was gonna go to rehab. I was gonna change.
I know.
I was gonna be better.
I know.
What? I'm gonna die. I don't wanna die. I don't wanna die. I don't wanna die. Help me, please. I don't wanna die. Why? I don't wanna die.
Vincent, do you think I'm a bad person?
We see we have something to eat. I think there's a couple steaks in the freezer.
I knew what a monumentally huge day this was for Oscar. For both of us. And when I looked at your friend Cooper...
He's not my friend.
I allowed myself a moment to imagine what it would feel like to lay with him. To feel his weight pressing on me. To feel his flesh touching mine.
Did you unplug the refrigerator?
I was defrosting it. You know the worst part?
I'd say it's a toss-up between the 2 spoiled sirloins and the inch of standing water on the floor.
Cooper wasn't the first. There have been others.
Somebody kill me.
Sometimes it was a stranger I passed on the street. Someone I brushed up against in the elevator. Or even a guy who just walked into the courtroom wearing a uniform. I'm evil. That's why Oscar's petition was denied. God is keeping him in prison to punish me.
Donna, come on. You're being ridiculous. You're not evil. You're just... You're human.
Human? Do you really think so?
Oh, yeah. Look, when a person's in a relationship, a marriage, in your case, it doesn't mean you stop being attracted to other people. It doesn't mean that at unexpected moments you won't see or meet someone who excites you, who triggers a primal feeling that impacts you powerfully on some visceral level. It's just the way we're wired. The important thing is that you don't act on those feelings.
Have you had those feelings?
Yeah, sure.
How did you handle them?
Well, I acted on them. But I was in a lousy relationship at the time. Nothing like the one you have with Oscar.
How do you mean?
Well, I wasn't in love. You are. You and Oscar have a very strong, very enviable relationship.
You envy my relationship with Oscar?
Yeah, I guess maybe I do.
No one's ever envied me before. Not for anything. It's humbling. Thank you, Vincent.
You're gonna hug me now, aren't you? Please don't. Oh.
Thank you, Joseph. You realize again that you're under oath, the same as if you were in court.
I do.
Good. Then I'd like to ask you one more time. Have you ever met my client, Taylor Bradford? Joseph?
Joseph?
His pressure's dropping. Hey, get a tank.
Let's pull a code blue. Everyone out now. I'm not getting a pulse. Let's start compressions.
1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5.
Come on, Joseph.
1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5.
Talk. Doesn't that count for anything?
It's inadmissible. There's nothing on the record.
Damn it. It's not there. I'm sorry, man.
We should talk. Joseph Dutton told me that he did in fact sell drugs to Taylor Bradford, and he remembered the specific time, he said, because Taylor interrupted a basketball game he was watching.
I believe there to be substantial indicia of reliability to admit Joseph Dutton's dying declaration into evidence. And the prosecutor has offered a police report which corroborates his testimony. A report of suspected drug-related activity occurring at the exact time and place described by Mr. Dutton, and in addition, eyewitnesses' accounts of a young man matching Taylor Bradford's description. Taylor could not possibly be in two places at one time. Therefore, in choosing to revisit my decision as to probable cause, I now find none. Thank you, Miss Gray. This case is dismissed.
Send my copy tomorrow.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
You going to play with that or are you going to eat it?